Number one, we have just Monday for right before our exam, our big state exam for writing. That'll happen on Tuesday, April the 9th. So we've got one more Saturday tutoring for those of you guys who show up for Saturday tutoring. And I personally want to invite anyone to Saturday tutoring. It's from 1 to 3, and it's our last, like, hurrah, our last standstill, our last, drive. Standstill and drive are kind of opposing, but you know what I mean. Before we get to our exam on Tuesday, and I'm just really excited. Along with that, I wanted to share some news. Yesterday we celebrated our master writer students, those who mastered the last practice test that they took. So I bought them tons of pizza and ice cream, and we sat in my room for lunch and recess, and we celebrated, and we also watched America's Funniest Home Videos and got, a huge laugh from it. And so it was fun. It was cool. It was different. I was trying to show a movie, and my Amazon Prime wasn't working, and they were like, hey, let's just watch America's Funniest Home Videos. And I was like, okay, let's do that. So it was really cool. It was really fun to see. Anyway, so that's that. Students can wear their baseball shirts. Sorry, it's really early in the morning. Students can wear their baseball baseball shirt. Why couldn't I say that? Anyway, on Monday, we're gonna have a pep rally for our 4th grade writing students. And so we're all wearing baseball shirts, and we want them to be a part of that as well, so they can wear it on Monday. They can also wear it on Tuesday if they'd like. For Tuesday, for the test, April 9th, next Tuesday, please, no cell phones, no backpacks, literally coming with nothing, not even a book. They are not allowed any of those things. So please, no backpack, no books, no cell phones. They can bring their lunch bag, of course, but nothing else, please, please, please. The attire for next Tuesday will be their baseball shirt, and some jeans and comfortable shoes. So that'll be for next Tuesday. For the rest of the video, I want to show you guys what your student needs to be doing on a question so that they can be set up for success. With that being said, I'm going to send a short passage home today for those of you guys who don't come to tutoring, so that you can keep your child accountable to doing these strategies. These strategies are really to set them up for success. The whole point of it is to make sure that they're doing, they're taking their time, because time is a big issue. They just want to finish it really quick, and we've been trying to teach them to take their time, take a break after every passage. You read a story, you do the questions, take a 5 to 10 minute break, go back, review all those questions, and then do the next story. So that's what we practiced on Wednesday. So just, keep your child accountable to that. Instill in them the idea of patience, being patient in the story. So let me show you what they do, and then I will come back after the lesson. So the story is right here. It's called The First Artificial Heart Surgeon. And what they have to do, first and foremost, is, of course, write their name. Right. And then the date to, let's see, what is today? Oh, April 5th. Alright, so I'm going to get this done quite quickly so that we don't have to waste too much time. So essentially the first thing that you want to do is have your child put tie. And that's title, which is the first artificial heart surgeon. Then instruction, which is going to be this section. And then explanation, which is going to be this section. So the idea is to read these and circle important words. For example, in this case, revise would be important because that tells us exactly what we're going to be doing, as opposed to editing. We're going to be revising. And then maybe over here, best, so they can know how to choose the best one, not necessarily a correct one. After that, I want them to do, this case tells us exactly what we're going to do, revision. So it's going to be arms, which is adding, removing, moving, and subbing. This is all revision. The types of words that they're going to see and the questions that are going to help them with it to know that it's arms is best, or combine, or better. Things like this are going to tell them that they're going to be doing revision, which is arms. They're either going to add something, remove something, move something, or substitute something for something else. After they do this, I'm going to show you cups as well, even though they're not doing cups in this one. Cups stands for capitalization, so we call it caps, and then usage, and then punks, and then spelling, right? C-U-P-S, cups. And this is strictly for editing. So when they know that they're going to be editing, it's only going to be capitalization errors, usage errors, which is subject-verb agreement, punctuation errors, or spelling errors. That's why spelling is so important. And then types of words they'll be seeing for this would be correct or change. What change can you make in sentence 17? At that point you're going to be editing, which tells you you're going to be doing cups, which is capitalization, usage, punctuation, spelling. In this case, the story tells us exactly that we're going to be doing revision. After this, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Okay. So the purpose of all of this is not just to slow them down, because they like to, again, speed up. And I went over the exams and I met individually with our students and I asked them, why did you get this wrong? And so we went over it and they were able to answer the questions. The majority of them were able to answer the questions a second time around, and all they did different was read and do strategies. That was it, right? So this is to slow them down and purposely make them read, because they need to read to get the answer. Paragraph 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we go our sentence. Sentence 3. The first thing we do in sentence is rules. So R-U-L-E-S. Rule stands for reading, use, underline, label, locate, eliminate, and select. They need to do this in the process from up to down. Okay, so we'll read. And then it says, Demetrius wants to add a topic sentence to the beginning of the third paragraph, sentences 12 through 16, which would be the best topic sentence for this paragraph. So now that we've read it, excuse the shaky phone. Now that we've read it, we start underlining important stuff. So what's important here? Maybe the word add a topic sentence. It's kind of like a main idea type of sentence for the third paragraph, which would be the best topic sentence for this paragraph. So these would be kind of like really key words that they need to pay attention to, right? So now we've underlined. Now we label it, so we know that the word best is telling us that it's going to be arms. So now we don't have to worry about capitalization errors, usage, punctuation, or spelling. We just worry about these right here. Now let's, so we've labeled it, but we also need to locate it. So it says third paragraph. We already numbered our paragraph, so we know where. And it says he wants to add the sentence at the beginning. So this is our third paragraph right here. So we know that we need to locate it and add it at the beginning of the third paragraph. So something before sentence 12, right? So this is where we want to be. So we can pay attention to it. So now that we've labeled it, we have to eliminate. But you can't eliminate till after you read. So they do this for all their questions. After they do that to all their questions, they go back and read. This will force them to, again, slow down and pay attention to like any of the brackets that they've made through sentences so that they can pay attention to those sentences and see if there's anything wrong. So I know that I'm going to go to question 3. I'm going to read it, and that this is going to be one of my questions right here. So let's pretend that we already read it, because I'm not going to take time to do that. Take your time. So now we start eliminating answers. Well, I know what this is about. He discovered many new ways of doing surgery. So he's talking about the invention of the artificial heart, okay? So that's the idea of this. So let's start eliminating. The human heart is made up of 4 chambers, the left, the right atrium, and the left and right ventricle. Now we're talking about artificial hearts, so we don't really need to know about the real human heart. So we can actually eliminate that. Michael is mainly remembered for helping invent things to help sick people and for discovering new ways of doing things to help sick people. So we are talking about the making of the artificial heart, so that's a maybe. Of course, you already see the answer right there because this is my exemplar. Let's see. A doctor who helps people with heart problems is called a cardiologist. Has nothing to do with that paragraph. Michael's parents were both immigrants from Middle Eastern country of Lebanon. That also has nothing to do with the paragraph. So literally the only answer choice that we have available that has to do with the paragraph is letter B. So the process of elimination, this one, is so important because this is going to help our students narrow it down all the way even to the correct answer. There are plenty of questions in the exam that are going to have 3 really nonsensical answers. That means answers that don't make sense for the question. So then you're automatically correct by choosing the only one that's left over. Then you're also going to have questions that are going to have 2 left over. That's a 50-50 shot. I always tell my students, do you have the 50-50? Do you have the 50-50? That's to push them to eliminate. So once they've eliminated, now they select. We've already selected, the answer is B. We move on to the next question. And this is all key. Again, to slow them down, to force them to read, and it's setting you up for success. I eliminated 3 and was left with 1. So it works perfect. Today's lesson, really quite simple stuff to do, right? Nothing hard, and it's gonna again force them to slow down and pay attention to what they're doing. Like I said, I met with every student yesterday and we went over, what kind of questions they got wrong and why they got them wrong. And right here, where is them? Didn't read carefully. Didn't bubble incorrectly. We got to make sure that they bubble incorrectly. Didn't use a dictionary, and the dictionary's given to them for that day. Please tell them to use their dictionary. Missed it because she didn't read it correctly. So again, these are silly mistakes. The majority of the ones that were made were silly. Then there were some that, yes, there was some comprehension there, and I was doing it one-on-one with them, so we did well. But guys, please tell your scholar, and if you're the scholar in my classroom, do your strategies, read the text, use your dictionary. You would do extremely well if you do all of those things. Take your time, okay? All that being said, a test is a test, and it's just another day, right? Nothing really nothing different about it.